Ryan Hennessy here with Karl Smeltzer, Middleburg High School coach. Coach, thanks for joining me. First week back. We had practice yesterday, media day today. What are your expectations this season? You guys last year going into this year?
Well, last year we made the playoffs for the first time in 13 years at Middleburg. And so I'm really excited about creating that tradition. I expect to be back. I don't want to go back to the way that they were before I got to Middleburg. That was my first graduating class, and so I want to set that tone. That is not the rare. That is the norm.
Absolutely, and absolutely. With this new playoff format, I've talked to coaches all day today, and they've talked to me about struggles with. They think it's going to hurt their team. They think it's going to help their team. How does it affect Middleburg?
Well, look, bottom line is this: you got to win. You win, you're in. It's not a problem. Now, it could be, I see it as really a positive, because it could be that two teams out of your district go. So you could have been that third team sitting at 8-2 or 7-3, and you get to go where in years past you don't. Now, if you're struggling, you're middle of the pack, and you would have been that runner-up, you're probably not going to do well in the playoffs anyway. So I don't know that that's bottom line. You win, you're in.
I understand. Did it affect the way you picked your teams this year, though, a little bit differently?
No, it didn't me, because look, I mean, our schedule is what it is. We play everybody in the county pretty much. Anyway, we have our district. That's not going to change. No, it had no bearing on it whatsoever, because, again, if you win, you're fine. And I know that it could come back to haunt you later, but when you're in the county like Clay County and you're supposed to play all the teams or the majority of them, it's kind of limited to what I can do anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So your team this year, I know you lose some players, get some back, some new guys. Who are some of your key guys this year?
Well, my quarterback will be a 3-year starter, Garrett Blanchett. Nice kid, big arm. And runs well, even though he's 6'2", 215. We run the veer with him, and he runs it well. He reads it well. He's a good leader. I've got a fullback, Mike linebacker, who is probably, well, there's no doubt. I think he's the best fullback I've ever had, and as good of a Mike linebacker as I've ever had. Cody Carrington, big, 6 foot, 235, 240, strong kid. Tailback is, we lost a good one last year in Robert Lauder. I was really worried about tailback going into spring. We have a kid that started for us at free safety last year, Andrew Thomas, as a sophomore. So I pitched the ball to him one day in practice, and that ended my worries. So I'm excited about that. And then we averaged 265 across the front. So we lost 31 seniors.
Wow.
But I'm excited about the group that I have back.
And that's the thing with football with me. When I went and played it, it was like you lose that one running back and the one quarterback. You're like, oh, this is going to hurt us. But then these new guys come in. I know your players are right here looking. Coach always says one game at a time. Is there one game on the schedule that these guys are marking on their calendar?
Well, the game that they should be marking on their calendar is St. Augustine, because they're in our district and they've won our district for several years in a row, and they're a great program with great tradition, and that's what we want to be. I mean, we want to be in that category, and so I say that as a compliment to St. Augustine and the job that they do with that program.
Absolutely, Coach. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Best of luck to you.